Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing, where today we are going to be continuing to read the Iliad by Homer. And we are actually getting fairly close to the end of this set of the books. So, in fact, it's going to be 3 episodes, maybe? So, anyway, let's continue. But round the course the heroes pant for breath, and thick and heavy grows the work of death. O'erlaboured now with dust and sweat and gore, their knees, their legs, their feet are covered o'er. Drops below drops the clouds on clouds arise, and carnage clogs their hands and darkness fills their eyes. As when a slaughtered bull's yet reeking hide, strained with full force and tugged from side to side. The brawny couriers stretch and labour o'er the extended surface drunk with fat and gore. So tugging round the course both armies stood, the mangled body bathed in sweat and blood. While Greeks and Ilians equal strength employ, now to the ships to force it, now to Troy. Not Pallas' self her breast when fury warms, nor he whose anger sets the world in arms, could blame this scene. Such rage, such horror reigned, such Jove to honour the great dead ordained. Achilles in his ships at distance lay, nor knew the fatal fortune of the day. He, yet unconscious of Patroclus' fall, in dust extended under Ilion's wall, expects him glorious from the conquered plain, and for his wished return prepares in vain. Though well he knew to make proud Ilion bend was more than heaven had destined to his friend. Perhaps to him this Thetis had revealed the rest in pity to her son concealed. Still raged the conflict round the hero dead, and heaps on heaps by mutual wounds they bled. Cursed be the man, even private Greeks would say, who dares desert this well-disputed day. First may the cleaving earth before our eyes gape wide and drink our blood for sacrifice. First perish all ere haughty Troy shall boast, we lost Patroclus and our glory lost. Thus they, while with one voice the Trojans said, grant this day, Jove, or heap on us the dead. Then clash their surrounding arms, the clangors rise, and shake the brazen concave of the skies. Meantime at distance from the scene of blood, the pensive steeds of great Achilles stood. Their godlike master slain before their eyes, they wept and shared in human miseries. 248. In vain Automedon now shakes the rein, now plies the lash and soothes the threats in vain. Nor to the fight nor Hellespont they go, restive they stood and obstinate in woe. Still as a tombstone never to be moved, on some good man or woman unreproved, lays its eternal weight or fixed as stands, a marble courser by the sculptor's hands. Placed on the hero's grave along their face, the big round drops coursed down with silent pace. Conglobing on the dust their manes that late circled their arched necks and waved in state, trailed on the dust beneath the yoke were spread, and prone to earth was hung their languid head. Nor Jove disdained to cast a pitying look, while thus relenting to the steeds he spoke. Unhappy coursers of immortal strain, exempt from age and deathless now in vain, did we your race on mortal man bestow, only alas to share in mortal woe? For what is there of inferior birth, that breathes or creeps upon the dust of earth? What wretched creature of that wretched kind, than man more weak, calamitous, and blind? A miserable race, but cease to mourn, for not by you shall Priam's son be born. High on the splendid car one glorious prize, he rashly boasts, the rest our will denies. Ourself will swiftness to your nerves impart, ourself with rising spirits swell your heart. Automedon your rapid flight shall bear, safe to the navy through the storm of war. For yet 'tis given to Troy to ravage o'er the field and spread her slaughters to the shore. The sun shall see her conquer till his fall, with sacred darkness shades the face of all. He said, and breathing in the immortal horse, excessive spirit urged them to the course. From their high manes they shake the dust, and bear the kindling chariot through the parted war. So flies a vulture through the clamorous train of geese that scream and scatter round the plain. From danger now with swiftest speed they flew, and now to conquest with like speed pursue. Sole in the seat the charioteer remains, now plies the javelin, now directs the reins. Him brave Alcimedon beheld distressed, approached the chariot and the chief addressed. Excuse me. What god provokes thee rashly thus to dare, alone unaided in the thickest war? Alas, thy friend is slain, and Hector wields Achilles' arms triumphant in the fields. In happy time the charioteer replies, the bold Alcimedon now greets my eyes. No Greek like him the heavenly steeds restrains, or holds their fury in suspended reins. Patroclus, while he lived, their rage could tame, but now Patroclus is an empty name. To thee I yield the seat, to thee resign the ruling charge, the task of fight be mine. He said, Alcimedon with active heat snatches the reins and vaults into the seat. His friend descends, the chief of Troy descried, and called Cneus fighting near his side. Lo, to my sight, beyond our hope restored, Achilles' car deserted of its lord. The glorious steeds our ready arms invite, scarce their weak drivers guide them through the fight. Can such opponents stand when we assail? Unite thy force, my friend, and we prevail. The son of Venus to the council yields, then o'er their backs they spread their solid shields. With brass refulgent the broad surface shined, and thick bull hides the spacious concave lined. Them Chromius follows, Aretius succeeds. Each hopes the conquest of the lofty steeds. In vain brave youths with glorious hopes ye burn, in vain advance, not fated to return. Unmoved Automedon attends the fight, implores the Eternal and collects his might. Then turning to his friend with dauntless mind, O keep the foaming coursers close behind. Full on my shoulders let their nostrils blow, for hard the fight, determined is the foe. 'Tis Hector comes, and when he seeks the prize, war knows no mean, he wins it or he dies. Then through the field he sends his voice aloud, and calls the Ajaces from the warring crowd. With great Atrides, hither turn, he said, turn where distress demands immediate aid. The dead, encircled by his friends, forego, and save the living from a fiercer foe. Unhelped we stand, unequal to engage the force of Hector and Cneus' rage. Yet mighty as they are, my force to prove is only mine, the event belongs to Jove. He spoke, and high the sounding javelin flung, which passed the shield of Artius the young. It pierced his belt, embossed with curious art, then in the lower belly struck the dart. As when a ponderous axe descending full cleaves the broad forehead of some brawny bull. 249. Struck twixt the horns he springs with many a bound, then tumbling rolls enormous on the ground. Thus fell the youth, the air his soul received, and the spear trembled as his entrails heaved. There we go. We're at the end of the episode for today, and based on the amount of time that took and how many pages we got through, I think it will be 2 more episodes after this one to finish this off. Probably another 9 pages and then just a couple of pages at the end to finish the last day, and then we can get our walking going as a bit of a break between reading, because we have done a lot of reading recently. I think we've done 2 or 3 books in a row at this point, so there we go. But anyway, thank you very much for joining today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night. No matter what time of day it is, I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.